special good morning to all our listeners and viewers this morning, especially those of you, of course, via our social media platforms, whether it's the Facebook page, YouTube channel. Blessed Thursday morning to you all as well. I'm your host, GT, and it's to the point for today. It's Thursday, the 5th of September. And you know, on Thursday, we do, of course, get engaged with, of course, the RGPF, various departments within the RGPF. We're expecting popping in the studios this morning. Haven't seen anyone arrived as yet, haven't gotten any information that is, of course, if there's going to be a cancellation of who we'll be representing today. So the show has to go on, right? The show has to go on. So, of course, in the interim, we're going to lead, of course, into this is going to lead us directly into an open line for this morning until if they do arrive as the show progresses. We certainly will entertain them. So 435-2041, 435-2041, that's the number. And if you would like to, of course, speak about a particular issue that of course, is of concern to you, feel free to do that this morning. You can also do that via the WhatsApp, 435-2041. You have a particular, you prefer to share your concern via message, you can do that via the WhatsApp or the Facebook comment section. Feel free to do that there. 435-2041, that's a number. And the lines are open, you're live. And you know the simple procedure in terms of making your call. You're probably at home and you're thinking about, I want to comment on this or that. Make sure that your radio or television is turned off, or whatever device you're listening to, turn it off completely, and then you make that call. You will hear me clearly via the telephone. All right, so please remember that before you do make that engagement to call. Let's go to the telephone line. I'll speak to our first caller. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Let me put the protocol. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So fine.
Right.
As the older folks would say, doing so. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope we're doing fine. I hope we go do fine. Anyhow, now, I have listened to a program, when I say, that's the word I could use, on your station, or the station on which you served. And they were talking about English, maybe English language. And I have always said, words have no meaning except it is used in context. If you want to back me up, you could back me up after I finish. Because people would ask you, what's the meaning of the word fly? And I would tell them I do not know, except use it in context, maybe in a sentence or perhaps speaking. Now, a lot of us, we say children have English language in different exams. I'm asking myself, what do you do? Do you speak English language, or do you use English language more often than you do written English language then? So which is the better to do? Spoken language is more important than written language? I'm asking myself that. Once somebody could tell me that, then I'll know that to change my mind or my thinking. But every one of us, including myself, I didn't want to say that because you'll get to know me more, have English language in exam. What's the purpose of exam? Maybe to, what should I say, disassociate some people from another one, to say this man bright or this man or this woman bright or she don't. I don't look at that so. I look at education is to fit you to live a life. And when you fit to live a life, you should be able to express yourself in a way that people should understand you. And not should, would understand you. So this is the purpose of English. But not to write exam. You have to transfer it to reality. Reality is more important to some extent than exam. Exam might be only trying to tell you that you reach a certain standard. Likely, but sometimes people guess. You make guess, maybe intelligent guesses, because you know some people are smarter than others, so you eliminate, and then but you do not know if it is right or wrong. For example, you get 3 choices in multiple choice questions. and a child says, you know me, in his or mine, I never hear this word yet. So this one don't look right. I don't know this one. So he look at, let's say he look at the capital aggregator. He said, judges, because I always hear it. And this is what goes on with a child when you give him multiple choice. In fact, at one time, a little fellow that came from England told me that a square is like a box. And I gave him this thing. I said, well, I mean, have I ever said this Lady Bam Bam squarey? Or this whole squarey? And other things. And you know what he told me? Come and teach me, sir. Come and teach me. Because he believes a square is only like a box. And this is what? Experience that's important. And a lot of us have exam. But when for us to put it into reality, we can't put it. I have seen many mistakes made in a lot of institutions with bills. And when personally some of them are inquiring into it, I go into it because they make mistake by using the wrong word to tell you, oh, you this or this. And yet for all, when you go, you could never win in this institution. Whether it's bank, whether it's in treasury, whether it is, you have problem. Thank you very much because communication is out.
Thank you, sir. Have a good morning and certainly appreciate your contribution this morning and certainly do and understand the point that you're making. 435-2041, 435-2041. As I mentioned in the intro this morning, we should have a particular department from the RGPF. I haven't seen anyone arrive as yet, so we would have to let us into an open line this morning. Our second caller. Caller, good morning and you're live.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. Trusting that all is well in your corner. Mr. Telesford, I want to follow up a little on your original first caller there. But just to round it off and so on, because he went around and so on, that's his way. Learning a language is a very powerful thing. And it's not because you born into language that you really learn it. You have to study it because language has a particular language has very, very intricate components. But I just want to stress on these four things. Until we begin to understand that the English language is the official language of Grenada since 1877, since this country became a crown colony. And we continue to make this mistake of certain things which are here and so which is important to learn about. But in learning a language, there are two groups of very important skills which we have to learn. We ought to learn, we must learn, we should learn obligatorily. The receptive skills and the productive skills. Note them well. The receptive skills, those where you gain information, where it comes into the head, the brain, etc., through reading and through listening. You hear things and you interpret in your mind. You read things and you interpret in your mind so that you can move into the productive skills, which are writing and speaking. But they are all connected. You cannot learn some and leave others. If you don't study all and put them into quote-unquote, using the last speaker's words, context, you're wasting time. We have come through the year, every year in this here country, deja vu about the status of the English language. People jackasses like me calling and make corrections and so on, they laugh at me with the LSE, but we're failing. And I guarantee to you, sir, that if you do not understand your language, your own official language, you cannot study. That's why we're going nowhere. When you talk about we're going up and up and up, I say, let me tell you something. You can't go up, brothers and sisters, if under your feet is a pair of hula hoop slippers with breeze soap suds. You ain't going nowhere. You can hit the ground running, but you ain't going nowhere because your foot full of soap suds in a hula hoop slippers. We need to establish in this here country the proper way of doing things because there are proper ways of doing things. We have failed miserably, and those bright birds and so on, instead of concentrating on that, all they're doing is, let me tell you, this country is being misled by a group of hyper-academic pseudo-intellectual charlatans, a group of paper-pushing, bunkum babbling, bureaucratic buzzards. All they're concerned about is themselves. They do not care about the people, and they do not put the policies and everything necessary for the people to uplift themselves. We need to know who we are, brothers and sisters, so we could understand the language. Listen, yes, it's a colonial language, yes, but what are we going to do? You want to go back now and tell me you learn pidgin English that came from the coast of Africa? So we had to learn the language that we have, and the only way we can advance is knowing the language that we have. For what it's worth, Mr. Telesford, I'll end it for the have a nice day, will you, sir?
Same to you, sir. Have a good one. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's an open line this morning here on the program. Feel free to give me that call and express your views and concerns this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford. How are you today, sir?
Doing good, sir.
Good. Hello? Mr.
Yes,
Telesford?
caller, you're good. You're good, and you're live. Go right ahead, please.
All right. English is the universal language. It's not the most spoken language in the world. It's Chinese, Mandarin. That is the most spoken language in the world. All right? But English is our universal language. If you go, I travel over the world, and if you go anywhere and you ask people if they speak English, they'll try to tell you yes. And if you have the US dollar, they tell you yes. That's the monies that they take, travel the whole world, and that's when that's why they take from you, and that's why they ask, when you ask them, they say yes. Most of the people in the world. The other thing, Mr. Telesford, people are going to ask for the papers that they use for the CAPE. CAPE, they call it the exam.
Yes.
And when they go to ask for the paper in the Ministry of Education, they never have those papers. They don't want us to excel as the other countries. They always don't have it to give, or they hide it for their friends. This is not supposed to happen. If people come to give them a copy, why you can't give them a copy in the Ministry of Education? So because you want your children to learn better, to come, to especially English and maths. Because this is the two things they ask you when you go anywhere for work. They ask you for English and maths. So I'm calling on the Minister of Education. Look into those system, please, and make sure that when people come and ask for those things, they have it to give them. Don't hide it and give your friend because you want your friend child to get 15 subjects and you don't want the other one to get 15 too. This is not right. Anyway, have a nice day, Mr. Telesford.
You too, sir. Have a good morning. 435-2041. We're moving down to 15 minutes after the hour this morning, folks. We drew for a first break on the program this morning. Let's take it now. We're coming right back. It's an open line edition this morning. If my guests arrive during the break, we certainly will entertain them. Stay with us here on To The Point. We'll be right back after the break.
Get ready for non-stop cricket excitement as GBN brings you live coverage of this year's Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League. Please note there will be some adjustments to our regular programming lineup on Tuesday, September 3rd, Wednesday, September 4th, Thursday, September 5th, and Friday, September 6th. Transitions will be at 5:05 p.m. GBN television news will air at 6 p.m., followed by a repeat right after the CPL match. And don't miss the rebroadcast of transitions after the news repeat. GBN with you anywhere and everywhere with the best in sports coverage. Stay tuned and stay informed with GBN.
Fans, get ready! The CONCACAF Nations League is back, and the action is coming to the Kirani James Athletics Stadium. Mark your calendars for 2 back-to-back match days that will have you on the edge of your seat. On September 6th, it's a doubleheader you won't want to miss. At 5 p.m., it's St. Lucia versus Curacao, followed by Grenada taking on St. Martin at 8 p.m. The excitement doesn't stop there. On September 9th, Curacao battles St. Martin at 5 p.m. and then Grenada faces St. Lucia at 8 p.m. Tickets are just $25 for adults and $10 for children. Grab yours at Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, Gittins Healthcare Pharmacy, the GFA office, or online at gotofet.com. And yes, tickets will be available at the gate. So bring the whole family and let's rally around our senior men's national team. The CONCACAF Nations League. Football like you've never experienced before.
welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. Those of you via our social media platforms haven't gone over to the Facebook page to take a peek at it as yet. Should be doing that as the morning progresses. 4352041. Are there a particular issue you would like to speak about this morning? Feel free to do so on the program this morning. Is there a concern that, of course, that you think that you want to get across, probably to someone in the authorities? Feel free to do so also. 4352041. The lines are open. You have the option of calling via the WhatsApp 4352041, or you can call the direct 4352041. The option also by sending, of course, making your comments, and so via the WhatsApp comment. You can do that via the comment section of the WhatsApp and the comment section of the Facebook page. Feel free to do so. 4352041. The lines are open. Let's take a peek at the WhatsApp in terms of anyone making a contribution via the WhatsApp until we get those calls coming in once again. And someone via the WhatsApp is saying, I do hope I'm truly mistaken. However, why is there no main national library in Grenada? These libraries are there libraries in the various parishes besides the schools? These are the best institutions to maintain and continue learning love for reading. Let's go back to the phone line. Let's go to the WhatsApp caller. Good morning, and you're live.
GT, good morning, my
Good
friend.
morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
Not too bad at all, man. I was looking to celebrate Labor Day with you, man. But I didn't see you around, GT.
You're always trying to get me into trouble, huh?
Not yet. Don't worry.
All right, man. Let's hear you. Let's hear your contribution this morning.
All right, GT, I happened to listen to the NNP emergency rally or meeting or what they're having.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I listened to these people and in my opinion, was utter nonsense. The whole evening was about nonsense. And then I have a good NNP friend I usually speak to, and then I was asking him, well, why Peter was wearing red? So he was like, Peter wearing red in the form of protest. Because of an article that came out from Lawrence Joseph, where he was explaining that they're trying to form a committee within the NNP, basically to knock out Peter since he announced that he will be up for leadership. And the meeting was to introduce Dwight Asford. All right. Well, Dwight Asford is a guy that was rejected by NNP, as we know. He wanted to run in St. George's, and then they chose the young guy. I forgot his name, but he ran and he lost. Nazim Bok had beat him. And the same thing what they did to Cox in Carrico, because when they had the election was to choose somebody to run for Carrico, Mr. Cox won it, and Kit Mitchell take it and he give it to Kindra because he said that Kindra was a young, upcoming attorney, you know, and she will need that push, you know. And it's the same thing what they did to the same Dwight Asford they're trying to bring back, which was a reject of NNP. And now I'm hearing that their convention will be in December. So let us look, because three people is up for leadership. It's Emily Pierre, Peter David, and Dwight Asford. So I guess the drama will just start, because a lot of nonsense going on in that party right now.
Thank you, sir.
They condemn him. Thank you, GT.
Have a good morning, and thanks for your contribution this morning. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning, and you're live. Caller, good morning, you're live. I guess we lost that caller there. 435-2041. 435. Let me go over to the Facebook page, look at some of the comments that need to be thrown out this morning. Let's say good morning. We have this one from Sharon. Sharon is saying she wants me to take a time to say good morning and happy birthday to her brother. That's Andy. And wishing him a happy birthday today, and hope that he lives to see many, many more coming from his big sister. So, Andy, good morning and happy birthday to you from your big sister, Sharon. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to chime in on the situation that happened in Parliament with the opposition leader.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that it was very unfortunate that the Prime Minister is asking Tevin to apologize, because he showed the most disrespect to teachers. He called them greedy. He said that the matching, when they were fighting for the pension, made no sense. And even further, to say that they walk to rule. He going to go and teach mathematics in school. Bowen go teach physics. Clarence go teach social studies, and say that nonsense. Did he apologize to them? They didn't apologize to them. That was what Tevin was giving us. Tevin was giving a good advice to teachers and others to fix their place. So I don't know. I mean, I think people like you should remind him of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate your contribution this morning. 435-2041. Let's take a peek at some of the comments once again. Let's go to the WhatsApp. And this individual via the WhatsApp is saying, good morning, GT. I wish the Grenadian population can listen to Mr. Rollo, who's on spot on the topics he is eloquently speak about. Sadly, the callers after him do not expand on what he's saying, he's trying to relay. That's a contribution there from someone via the WhatsApp. What's up, caller? Good morning. You're live. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, just quiet. Mr. Telesford, some time ago, I raised the issue with the port in Grenville. And they closed down at the port maybe because of disrepair, whatever. And almost a year more now, the trading is not there in Grenville. Mm-hmm. I am asking that, I don't know if it's Port Authority, Ministry of Trade, wherever it falls, look deep into reopening the port in Grenville. One, it will cut down on cost of goods, because when you have to go to St. George's, bring in an item, let's say from Trinidad or such, travel back up to Grenville, there must be some cost. Apart from that, you will create some more employment in Grenville, where the people that assist others with goods trucking, all different things, decentralized. Get the port in Grenville, do some study. Apart from that, if in Grenville appears that it seems to be inadequate with traffic, maybe they could look to relocate the port a little further up, going to the where you usually call up the bay after the fish market to the Telesford direction, or give some studies going down to the long wall down by Chilangton Square, how they call the place, and see whether the port can be relocated or get back the port in Grenville. It will assist. I heard the Prime Minister in the budget presentation talk about to bring items, the asphalt plant as such, the bridge in Paradise, to small and different sort of things, and we have narrow bridges as such. If you have a proper port, large enough, sometimes to take in items where you could have large vessels coming in, you could avoid some of all these narrow bridges that you have problems with containers when they come in from St. George's. Apart from that, St. Andrews is midway to reach Carriacou and trading and different things. It used to happen before. So there is no need for people to go way to St. George's if they want to get to Carriacou with goods and different things. So I want Port Authority, tell us something. When they will replace, when they will put back the port in operation in Grenville, and something ought to be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your contribution this morning. I hope someone will look into, of course, into the claims that you're making. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I am doing good. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, brother. I'm fine.
All right.
Now, I've seen over the years that our tax dollars has been going to giving a lot of free stuff to our people who have not contributed to this country. Now, you have known people that is smoking cocaine. People know that. They get mad, they walk in the road. We're giving them $500 a month to smoke more cocaine. Know the rum, so people are drinking rum night and day. We're giving them $500 to drink rum. More rum.
I'm trying to get where you're going. You're saying someone is giving individuals $500.
No, the government of Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm saying that policy is not helping Grenada. Now look at what you call single mothers. I have some friends that are normally little listen to the complaint. They have kids. and they're going through hell in this country because the fathers are not taking care of the children. And I think it's better to give the mothers of the single parents that money. We'll give all mothers, in a matter of fact, a 3 years break. So you go to the hospital, you make a child, you get money from the government for 3 years to take care of your young baby for 3 years. Max. After that, you break out of the system, and another child comes in. Hence that we will have more kids in our school, because women these days don't want to make children because it's too expensive, and the men are not helping them. So hence that we have less kids in school right now because they're not making kids. And who have money don't have time to make kids. So we need to help the mothers and the single mothers or the mothers, all mothers, as a matter of fact. Help them out. Take the money and help out the mothers instead. Instead of helping men willingly know they're going to smoke cocaine with the money. And that cannot help Grenada. It don't make any sense giving them that money. Give the young kids that cannot make it, the parents are not working. But the mother can't go to work because why? She has kids to take care of. She can't even do a day work because she can't leave the kids alone. She has to stay home with the kids. Give her that money or give her that coupon so she can go and get food and buy baby clothes and take care of the child for 3 years at least. I think we'd have a better country. We'd have stronger kids. We'd have more kids in the school. We'd have a better system. I think we'll go further by doing that. Instead of giving some idle big men and women money to go and gamble and drink rum and smoke cocaine. Have a nice day, brother.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate your contribution. 435-2041. Open line this morning here on To The Point, which means you have the option of calling in, sharing your views this morning. If you have an issue that you may like to speak of, feel free to do so on the program this morning. Let's take this comment from someone via the WhatsApp, and they're saying, as a young man under 40, and it's amazing, it amazes me that persons don't look at facts when it comes to what is happening in our country, but sees everything through the eyes of a political party. That's a contribution there from someone via the WhatsApp this morning. Another contribution is saying, good morning, GT. Once again, can you inquire, of course, for John Public, who is responsible for repairing the miles and miles of roads leading to the Princess Alice Hospital? And so we may have to make that inquiry for you. 435-2041, open line this morning. Let's take a quick peek over at the Facebook. Let's see what's happening there. Someone by the name of Bernard is saying, GT, I'm from Calais. Could you please give us some help? There's a religious organization in the area. Every day, all hour of the day, they would pray with a loudspeaker on the roof of their church. Of course, to pray with loud noises and disturbing the peace of the people in the area. And they're asking for help. I'm not sure of the help I could offer, but maybe you could speak to someone in Africa. There's a noise pollution act that is out there that may be able to assist you with that. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, caller.
I still see them rum shop in the market, and idlers, and weed smoking, and selling, and doing all kind of things. Please get rid of these people in the market, please, now.
Well, that was direct this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041, 435-2041. Open line this morning here on To The Point. Feel free to make your contribution this morning. And of course, let's hear from you. Let's continue with the Facebook this morning and see if the other contributions that are there. And someone is saying, of course, in reference to Bernard's contribution about the noise pollution, here, of course, we need to speak to the police and have them have a conversation with the folks that, as you mentioned, is disturbing you with the noise. All right? Folks, let's take a break. When we come back, we take more of your calls, 435-2041. It's To The Point, an open line edition this morning. We will be right back after the break. Don't touch your dial.
Join us on GBN TV every Monday at 5:50 p.m. and on Classic Radio at 5:50 a.m. every Tuesday and Thursday for Revival in the Land, a program dedicated to bringing hope, faith, and renewal into our lives, hosted by Pastor Ricardo Aline of the Latter Rain Revival Center. Discover the power of faith and community. Revival in the Land, where hearts are healed and spirits are lifted.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point Classic Radio, GBN TV. Good morning to those of you also via social media platforms, Facebook page, YouTube channel. Welcome back. Open line edition of To The Point this morning. And you see, I was all set up for my guest this morning, but my guest didn't arrive. So that's led us to having, of course, an open line this morning. We do have a caller. Caller, you're welcome, and you're live.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
My brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Pretty well, sir. I'm doing good.
Yeah, I wanted to get to you a long time. I hope my credit don't run out. I want you to open up a program where folks could vent. Yeah. So most of my listeners.
This is actually the opportunity for you to do so.
Yes, good. So what I'm advising you now, you're doing a great program. I want you to get the folks on the phone. A lot of folks, they have problems, but they're not bringing it forward. Yeah. So I want you to let's find these people and them. I've got a problem. I want to vent. I should have space. Not everybody clog up the line and then you can't get. So I want to get a section of folks who has that kind of difficulty they're trying to bring across. They have a problem with trying to bring it across. So we want to give folks space so they can do that. So I want you to work on that for me. Yeah?
All right.
Thank you. So fix that program for me so while I have a problem, I can get across to you. So we want to have a different approach to the way we disseminate information. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So you need to work on that for me. Very important.
Have a good one, sir. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. Open line this morning here on To The Point. You have the option of calling in. 435-2041. Also via the WhatsApp. If you, of course, would like to make your contribution via the WhatsApp comment, you can do that. Facebook comment section, you can do that also. 435-2041. Let's go to the WhatsApp. Grab some of the comments there once again. And someone is saying, good morning. Instead of people complaining about the prayers from the church, they should complain about the loud music from the rum shop in the community all through the day. That's another perspective on that there. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome, and you're live.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Jetty?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you. Go right ahead, please.
Yesterday, you had Mr. Oliver Joseph on the program.
No, I didn't have Mr. Oliver Joseph yesterday. No. It was on Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? And you don't give nobody a chance to ask Mr. Joseph a question. What that you should do every 15 minutes to the hour come? Open the line for people to ask a question. Jetty, I live in the and never seen first class troop go on in the parliament and do that. Check ex-prime minister. What
Caller, for some reason, it seems like we're having some problem with your connection this morning. You may have to try calling us back, 435-2041, when, of course, the connection seems to be a little better. Somehow it's breaking up a wee bit. 435-2041. Let's go to the telephone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome and you're live.
GT, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Outside the wall listening in any case, you know. In the days gone by slavery, we had the conquerors as England, America, and France conquer the world and they do what they want, take out the world and bring the country and build the empire, build the cities, and they leave the other people, they leave the country where they rip up all the wealth, hand to mouth again for all the years, hand to mouth. Now China come after slavery too, because they slave China in the whole country, and China people bright and intelligent now, they have the wealth to take care of the world right now with poverty in the world. Trying to help Africa, trying to stop China from spreading in any case, but they can't stop China from spreading. They're not spread already. They can't stop that. Neither Russia. They spread already. And they help people, all the struggles in the world. Now, China is spending something as much as $50 billion in Africa right now for 3 years. I call on England, America, and France, and who we move Africa for all the years and build their wealth and build their cities. Contribute something back to Africa. That they are the base in Africa. England, America, all of them are based in Africa. And then do not to Africa. And China go there yesterday. And they're spending more money, investment, infrastructure to go forward for Africa to go forward. And they're just making, I said, the world, having the world sanction embargo. And if you deal with me, I will deal with you. And if you deal with me, I will sanction you for 60 years and 50 years. Now, the whole world, by American system and the Western system, what they're going to do. This bully tactic. They build a military, and then they buy a plane to go and bomb you up, so we have to respect them. But they all look out for that today. They all look out for love. Get your all the weapons in any case. Becky have a song about love is the answer. Get your all the weapons they make and things, and all the money they spend on weapons, billions on weapons, and feed the poor instead. The greatest source on the earth is human being, you know. The greatest source on the earth is human being, is the source on the earth, not one military mighty bomb. Fire in England, fire in America, fire in France, fire in Australia, and they can't stop on spreading. Every year they burn down places, and they can't stop. All the time they have, technology they have, all the knowledge they have in the world. And they can't stop fire and spreading when they burn down places sometime in the year. It's time that the world leaders, especially the Western world, call it the Western world, have the world how it is. Ease a bit tension in the world. Give free up countries. Let the country free up themselves and then Cuba link with who they want to link with. Venezuela could link with and link with. They sanction Venezuela, sanction Cuba, North Korea, because they fight war with them in the past years, they lost the war. So they, it's time, man, oh God. The world getting worse and worse every day to mankind, All the problems out of is mankind creating them, Not no animal,
All right,
all
man.
the problems out is mankind, boss, man.
All right, man. Hopefully, all the best.
Money in Africa right now. Bless you, boss.
All right, man. I'll be all the best to you also. 435-2041. Let's take some comments from the Facebook. I am able to go back to it now. Now, the government gives help. They're complaining. If they give money to the needy, to the needy, do they need to put restrictions on how to spend it? If they do it, then won't help people to help people do what they want to do, what they want. People need to do if people need help mentally or otherwise. That's help, not control them. I'm trying to get the free flow of the contribution that the individual is trying to make now. Another individual by the name of Laura is saying that this loud noise is new. It's very disturbing. And I live all the way up in Frequency, and the noise echoes in my house. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. The lines are opened, and you can certainly calling and share your views and concerns this morning. Be part of the program here. Just approximately 15 minutes before we take a wrap for today's program. It's an open line edition. Usually on Thursdays, we do entertain the RGPF, various departments within the RGPF, and somehow we didn't have anyone showing up this morning, so we had to move directly into an open line. We go back to the phone line and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Yeah, boss, I want to come back for a minute. Yes, I know people that get the money, right? And they spend up to $400 in smoking drugs. Well, I'm saying that if you want to give them, it's fine. But they need to eat, they need to survive. Mm-hmm. But what about a young child that cannot go to work, cannot take care of his or herself? The mother don't have. I think it's much better. It makes more sense in the long term to take care of a child, the mother that can provide for that child. Up to 3 years, and I'm talking about each and every mother in this country, and I'm talking about those who have. Every mother, create a policy to take care of mothers. Give them a break so they can really take care of their children. $500 every month for 3 years. It makes more sense taking care of a young child like that is coming up than taking care of a big man who is at the end of his life. Really and truly, it makes more sense for the country. Have a nice day, brother.
Thank you, caller. Thank you once again. 435-2041. Let's go to the WhatsApp. And someone is saying, good morning, GT. When people know what to do and don't do it, they should be punished. I live in Laborie. On the main road, lots of big trucks use the road, and the trucks are loaded with sand, uncovered, sand flying all over the place. I was by the road last week, and I had to cover my face to protect my eyes from the sand. Another observation on the lane. The same week, I should say, a truck loaded with wheat fell on the road, blocking traffic. Come on, truck drivers, stop on overloading and please cover. And that's a contribution from someone via the WhatsApp. 435-2041. Open line this morning. Feel free to make your contributions this morning via the telephone line, 435-2041. You can also call via the WhatsApp, or you can call directly. You can make a contribution via the comment section of the Facebook page. Do that also. And someone is saying once again, the Bible called people who pray like that hypocrites. When you pray, you should pray in secret and in the closet. Okay, and I'm going to comment on that. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm just calling at the children's father. And as a responsible person, you should be able to protect yourself, so you should not have all these children. These are things that people should consider. And remember that children, it's not the burden of the government. It is shared responsibility within family members, community, government, and also the parents who bore the children. And that's my concern.
I appreciate your contribution this morning, caller. Have yourself a lovely day. 435-2041. 435-2041. We go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Hi, good morning to you. I just want to really find out what is the current situation with the laws pertaining to Morris Bishop Highway and overtaking on the left and even to the roundabout by CKs.
You say the situation with the laws.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I know from the past that when you're going down Morris Bishop Highway, that nobody's supposed to overtake you on the left-hand side, right?
That's incorrect, yeah.
Right, so, but, I mean, I'm seeing it so often. I use that road very often. Just yesterday, I nearly got into a serious accident with somebody overtaking me on the left, And then when you get to CKs, if you're coming from Sugar Mill direction, and you want to go to, like, a CK's direction, towards St. George's, people come along the stretch like they don't give you the right of way anymore, and then everybody's just like pushing and, that kind of thing. And I was just trying to figure out, if the RGPF can at least talk about it and remind people, especially the overtaking on Morris Bishop Highway, do not overtake on the left.
All right.
And especially getting up to the True Blue roundabout, it's crazy.
Caller, we do have the RGPF, the traffic, department coming from time to time, and they have spoken about it. Yes. They have spoken about it. Myself and Mr. McIntyre do have a program on the Mondays where we also speak in terms of relation to, of course, the traffic conditions and way of individuals, how they drive and stuff.
Right.
But sometimes we're wondering if the correct individuals are really hearing of these. I know, right? These, you understand the correct individuals who are doing it. Sometimes they are the ones that are listening to their own private personal music when they drive along and not listening to the radio, of course, with conversation of this nature. You understand?
Yes, I totally understand. But I had a really close call yesterday, and I just thought, let me just talk about it, because I know it's something that I've seen on many, many occasions, so. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you also. And I appreciate your contribution this morning. 435-2041, that's the number. Still have a couple more minutes here on the program this morning. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Did you call back there? I want to call on England, America, and France to pay black people for slavery and pay Haiti back the money what they ripped off them for the past years after the war in Haiti, revolution in Haiti. So they bring in poverty. Pay them back, give them all the money what they paid them in the past, and pay black people for slavery. It's time black people pay for slavery. They slave us to the fullest in Grenada and all the Cayman Islands. We plant food and send in Europe to feed them. And they get strong and mighty, so they care about wicked, but it's time they pay for slavery. And when it's time that the Cayman people talking about slavery and all black men all over the world, so they pay for slavery because the slave was enough.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041, that's the number to be part of the program this morning. How much time do we have left? Just approximately 10 minutes before we wrap this morning. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
You know, sometimes when I hear things, I just wonder, if these things should be said and if that's the appropriate way to deal with them. We say that we have gadget. How can a gadget? We could stay here and even see England now, the country of England. And yet we cannot hold some of these culprits. In fact, maybe who are taking up this license are not doing it in the interest of the island. Because I can't see how you could tell me that you're supposed to take over, if you're taking over a vehicle on the right. And I can't see how you could take, yes, people do it. And this is what hurts me to see that these people who are responsible are not putting out themselves, I would say to hold, because to hold is quite different than to charge. Or to place a charge against them. So this would deter them from doing those things. It happens all over the country. A bus or whoever may stop in the center of the road. And then you might be behind the bus. You stop, and you might see certain vehicle just pass you with, as you would say, or they would say, bird speed. But who does these things? I'm also the youths. The youths. I don't know how youth is youth, because I think myself as a youth, because I'm thinking better than those youths, despite of my age. Those youths have a tendency to do anything. Because they know when they go to the prison, they feed them, and they have no work to do. They lie down, they sleep, and they get fat. I would use the word long ago. They used to have 9 pigs. They used to go and cut wood, cut grass for animals. Nowadays, they only get food, and when they come out, they get money. So they have a tendency to do anything to go and get a good living. Free living.
All right,
just
caller.
Imagine a street.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435. Let's take this comment from someone via that's Marilyn from the Facebook, and she's saying, I know of countries, if you don't have a job, you get unemployment, and if you have to prove that you're willing to work, you will get support for the other things, and also have to prove little or no income. If not, you are denied. Why people think that the government have to care for them and still run the country. And let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Caller, good morning, you're live. Yes, go right ahead, please.
Right. So I just want to speak a bit on the previous caller about the Morris Bishop Highway and the laws and the rules that we set.
Sure.
I believe that when we set the laws and the rules, they should be very much practical. Now, when we drive the Morris Bishop Highway, customarily, there is usually 2 lanes of traffic. Whether you're going down or you're going up. Now, the reason for that, what I realize is that if you're going towards the Morris Bishop Highway or you're going back up the stretch, then you usually drive on the right-hand side. If you're going into East or you're going into any one of the business places or you're going to SU, you usually drive on the left-hand side, right? Now, based on what this caller was saying, is that he nearly ended up in an accident because somebody overtook him on the left. Okay. No, that might be well so. But if you're driving on the right-hand side, the expectation is that you're going straight towards the Morris Bishop or you're going around the roundabout. Not that you're swinging back over to the left to go into SGU or to go into a business place. No, I understand the law said that you should not overtake on the left. But on that stretch, if there's a backup on the right-hand side, right?
Yes.
Traffic going towards Morris Bishop Highway or they're going around it, and there's a trailer in front and the traffic is jammed. But the free-flowing traffic is on your left-hand side. So should I, driving on my left-hand side, stop and not overtake the vehicles that are on my right-hand side?
I understand you from the practicality point of it. I understand where you're coming from. Let's continue.
That's all I wanted to know.
All right. I understand where you're coming from the practicality point of it. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435, and this caller is giving a different perspective of the situation. Let's get another caller. Still have a few more minutes before we wrap. Caller, you're live.
Yes,
good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, GT. Now, this guy is a judge. He solved the problem. That guy was driving on the wrong side of the lane. He was supposed to be on the left side. He had too much room on the left side, so that's the reason why the guy thought he was going right, so he overtook on the left. So he was supposed to be driving on the left side, and someone could overtake him on the right side. So he was the problem. Yeah? Take care.
All right, thank you. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number. We go back to the phone lines this morning. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Morning, JT. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well.
JT, I think when you have these opposition people on the program, maybe you spend a little bit more time in terms of lengthening the program, because I find generally, whether it's NDC or NNP in opposition, I find the time is too short, because yesterday Oliver Joseph was on, and he was quite. I
didn't have Oliver Joseph yesterday. I had him on Tuesday.
I mean Tuesday, right? So he was very good, and he wasn't criticizing any government or running down anybody. He was just examining, and he was very thorough and everything. But we didn't have the opportunity to question him or say anything. So I'm just suggesting.
But he did promise to be back on next Tuesday, which the opportunity will be awarded to listeners of viewers to call.
Right, but I'm just saying also, maybe you could think of extending the time, because not only Oliver Joseph, but other people, and this hour, it has been so short, and especially these days, as far as I am concerned personally, politicians are accountable to the people that paying them. So I think GBN should look at extending the time instead of this 1 hour. Probably we could say 1.5 hours. You say the first hour is for whatever it is, and maybe the next hour. Give people enough time to question all politicians, even the politicians, even on Wednesday when you have the government people also for 1 hour. All those things should be extended, because I know all these things were happening in the past. I think we need to change those things and give governments and oppositions more time so that people could question them, or they could relay their message to the people. So that is why I'm saying, think about that. That hour is too short. Extend it to probably an hour and a half. That's all.
Thank you so much. Have a good morning. 435. We probably can accommodate one more caller if it comes really quickly. 435. We just have approximately just about 2 minutes or so before we get to the top of the hour and take a wrap for today's program. Take a peek at the Facebook comment section. Let's see if there's any thing that needs to be thrown out this morning. Let's take a quick break. Someone is saying the Morris Bishop Highway is one-way traffic for all body, but if a driver is moving slow, you could pass or take over. That's someone's, of course, making their opinion on that. They also let's take a quick look at the WhatsApp. My apology if someone was trying to call. I think I had the line still engaged. My apology for that. Let's go. Let's take this one from the... this is pretty lengthy to read this morning, so I may forego and that one. Let's take the caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Morning. Very quickly on the single Morris Bishop Highway. It's a single carriageway. Simple like that. Roads are categorized based on the use. And this road is categorized for one vehicle traveling in one direction. So if someone decides to drive to the left, and you find, and it's convenient for you to, and safe for you to overtake them, you may, but you do it at your risk. Someone can choose to drive in the center of that road because it's a single carriageway.
All right.
If they choose to drive on the right, well, the signs that say that under no circumstances can you overtake on the left. But we must understand there are laws, and the road is made for single line traffic, single lane, going in one direction. So all the chances, the risk we want to take and the improvisations and so, they're at our own expense. And if there is an accident, then we will have to answer in the court. So please, let's not confuse ourselves.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your contribution. Let's take our final caller. Final caller via the WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome. You're on your live.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Not too bad, sir.
I was listening to something this morning, right? Where am I on?
Yes, you're live. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, I was listening to something this morning. A guy called and he said, "Oh my God, the government had to do something about the expenses, and things are so expensive." You know, sometimes some people don't understand. Things are expensive from since the time of COVID came and passed. Everything is expensive everywhere in the world. You know what I mean? Saltfish is expensive in New York just as how it's expensive in Grenada. You know, it's not only, I think some people need too much a handout all the time. All the time the government had to fix people. I don't understand. You know, I think basically we have to learn to improvise and help ourselves sometime. And not only sit down waiting for a handout. For a guy talking about the hospital this morning. Yes, we all know the hospital in the Caribbean and them is not that 100. But sometimes a lot of people, and I noticed that, somebody sick in Grenada, right? They waiting until the situation get real bad before they fly to New York and they have a 10-year visa. I listened to a guy in the Limes. That guy, I feel very sorry for him because he lost his daughter. His daughter had sickle cell. But guess what? I listened to this conversation intensely. He waited an hour and a half before he could have bring his child to the hospital. You know your child has sickle cell. You see she ain't responding. The first thing you do, you get up, you change your clothes, you jump a bus, and you get a taxi and you go to the hospital. He waited. He called his girlfriend. He waited. Oh, I don't see the child moving. Then he waited. Then he called his mother. He don't see the child moving. And he waited till about an hour and a half to bring that child to the hospital because of lackadaisicalness. Why you stay down there all the time? And you know that your child have a condition. Good morning.
Caller, thank you so much. That was my final caller on the program this morning. I want to thank everyone who contributed towards today's program. I appreciate your calls and your contribution. And of course, you could join us again for another edition of To The Point. Will be tomorrow. Should have an interesting guest tomorrow on the program. So stick around. Of course, I certainly invite you to be part of it. Until then, have yourself a good one, folks. That's how we say goodbye for this edition of To The Point. Have a good one, folks. Goodbye.